Hi, this is Josephine Lavanya, your English teacher. Today we are going to see the first lesson, Free Questions. It is written by Leo Tolstoy. Before moving into the lesson, I want to ask some questions. Are you ready to answer? Do you have a habit of asking questions? Why are we asking questions? Yes, we want to know something more, right? So we usually ask questions. Here, the main character King, he wanted to know the answer for his 3 questions. If he knew the answer for his 3 questions, he would never fail in his life. Let's introduce all the main characters in this lesson. First one, Hermit, second one, King, and third one, Beard Man. So let's move into the lesson. There was a king. The king, he wanted to know the answer for all 3 questions. What were the questions? Let's see. The first question was, what is the right time to begin something? Second, which people should he listen to? Third, what is the most important thing for him to do? These were his 3 questions. He wanted to know the answer for all his 3 questions. He was thinking that if he knew the answer for all his 3 questions, he would never fail in his life. So what he did? He just informed his messenger, and his messenger went and informed all over the country. Those who would answer his question, surely they would have get good rewards from king. So many wise men, they came to King Palace, they started telling answers. But their answers were very different. Let's discuss the answer it told by some wise men. So for our first question, some of the wise men told, king have to prepare a timetable and follow it strictly. Others said, always king he have to look what are the things is going around him, according to that he have to decide. Some said king needed wise man counsel. Wise man counsel people, they would tell what he have to do on the correct time. Then the last, some others said king need the help of magician, the king, to decide everything in advance. So let's move to the second question. What is the second question? Which people should he listen to? For this one, some of the wise men said king needed wise man counsel. Some said priest, others said doctor. Then after that, for third question, what is the third question? Do you remember what is the most important thing for him to do? For third question, they told science, fighting, then religious. All their answers were different. Now king got confusion and he decided that not to give reward to anyone because he didn't get satisfaction. King needed the help of hermit. Hermit was known for his wisdom, but he was staying inside the forest. He only meet very simple people. Then king, he wore a simple dress and he started moving inside the forest. Some far away he left his horse as well as his bodyguard. Now king, he reached the hermit head. Before reaching the hermit head, he could see hermit, he was standing in front of his hut and he was digging the beds. Now he reached the place. Hermit, he wished king, then he was continuously digging the beds. King, he started telling why did he come inside the forest to meet hermit. He wanted to know the answer for all his 3 questions. What were his 3 questions? What is the right time to begin something? Which people should he listen to? What is the most important thing for him to do? These were the 3 questions of king. Hermit, who heard, but he didn't give a single answer for him. King, he was feeling that hermit was bored as well as tired, so he asked him the spade to dig the beds. Hermit, he gave the beds to king's hand. Now king, he started digging the beds. When he completed 2 beds, now king again, one more time, he started asking all his 3 questions to the hermit. This time hermit, he stood from the floor and he asked the king to give spade. But this time king, he didn't give the spade to hermit's hand. he was keep on digging. When evening came, again the king, he started to ask question to hermit. Hermit, please tell me the answer for all my 3 questions. If you didn't have wish to tell the answer for all my 3 questions, please let me know. I would reach my home early. While a strange man was running towards the hut with wound, hermit, he was calling the king, come here. Let's move to the second part of this story. King as well as hermit, they could see a man. They found a wounded man. He was running somehow far away towards the hut. He pressed his stomach and he came near the hut and he was fainted. Now king as well as hermit, both of them were helping the bearded man, which means the wounded man. King, he removed his dress and he dressed his wound with his handkerchief, but the bleeding, it was not stopped. So again the king, he started dressing one more time, redressed his wound one more time. After some time, the wounded man, he was asking something to drink. King, he was offering water, fresh water to drink. Almost it was a night time. King and hermit, both of them were helping the wounded man to carry inside the hut, and they offered him a bed to sleep. Now the wounded man, he slept on the bed. King, he was feeling more tired. Why? He walked throughout the forest and reached the hut. After that, from the morning onwards, he did a lot of work like digging, right? So he felt more tired. So on the floor, he started sleeping. So you just imagine the situation of king. He slept on the floor, right? Yes. When he woke up, first of all, he couldn't find a wounded man on the bed. Within a minute, he could hear the sound, "Forgive me." Now king, he saw the bearded man and he was asking to him, "I didn't know who are you? What you did? Why did you ask forgiveness?" Why? Wounded man, he started telling the answer for king's question. He was telling to the king that I made a plan to kill you because you killed my brother as well as seized my property. I knew that you were going alone to meet hermit, so I made a plan. I hid somehow far away from the hut. I was waiting for you to return, but you didn't. So I came out of the place where I hid myself while I was catched by your bodyguard, who hit me heavily. Somehow I escaped from him and reached hermit home. There you helped me a lot. Because of you, survey, I could have lived in the world. Otherwise, I could have died if you didn't help me. Hereafter, I would become your servant. I would order my son even to serve you. When king, he was hearing this speech, he felt more happy because he made a peace with his enemy. Now king, he forgave his mistake as well as he promised to give his seized property, and he arranged some servants, doctors for him. After that, king, he came out of the hut to meet hermit. Hermit, he was showing the seats on the beds. This time king, he came near the hermit and he started asking the answer for all his 3 questions. This time he pleaded to the hermit. Hermit, he told the king that you had already answered all these 3 questions. Now king, he got very surprised. How did I answer? He was asking to the hermit. Hermit said to king, you had already answered your all questions. Now hermit, he started explaining in very detail, and he indicated 2 incidents. First one is the king who helped hermit, right? The hermit, he was telling to the king that when I needed help, you did for me. If you didn't dig the land for me, you could have go your home and the person, your enemy, he would attack you. But you chose the good one and you did help for me, so you stayed here. So when you stayed and you were digging the beds for me, that was a correct time. And I was the most important person, as well as you did good for me, that was the most important thing. Then hermit, he indicated second incident. What was the second incident? When wounded man, when he approached the hut, king, he helped him. If he couldn't help, definitely he could die without making any peace, right? So when you helped him, that was the most important time, and he was the most important person. You did good for him, that was the most important achievement. Here at the end, hermit, he started explaining the answers for all three questions. For first question, he answered, what is the right time to begin something? The answer is now. We have power to act in the present. So now that is the right time to do something. Then for the second question, which people should he listen to? The person who is with us on the present time, the person, he is the most important person for us. Then look at the third question. What is the most important thing for him to do? Doing good for others, that is the most important things to do. These were the answers explained by the hermit to the king. Now the king, he felt happy. This is how the lesson ends. Thank you.